there, fellow travelers. If you are watching this video, I'm guessing that you are planning a trip to the magical kingdom of Bhutan. And right now you are probably wondering where to stay. You want something that is not just a place to sleep, but somewhere that adds to the experience. Am I right? Well, you have landed in the right corner of the internet. In this video, I'm sharing some of the best hotels in Bhutan that fall in the mid to high budget range, and this include charming boutique hotels, serene luxury farm stays, and beautifully comfortable accommodations that give you a true sense of the Bhutanese hospitality. Now I feel compelled to make this video because I have been getting quite a few offline queries asking me about the best places to stay in Bhutan. I had actually made a video from our first trip, and you can find the link right here, and that had some really helpful tips on how to choose your hotels in Bhutan and what things you should keep in mind. So consider this video as part 2, where I focus specifically on some of the best places to stay if you are planning a trip to Bhutan now, or particularly in the month of November. So this time when we visited in the month of November, which is technically the peak season, but interestingly sees only a handful of Indian travelers. We have stayed across 6 different properties this time, and our stay ranged from modest farm stays to well-located mid-budget hotels, and even a couple of high-end eco-resorts that totally stole our hearts. So we stayed at Hotel Lotus Villa Phuentsholing, Hotel Norpheling Thimphu, Yue Loki Farm Stay in Phobjika, Chume Resort in Bhutan, Dumra Resort in Punakha, and Rima Resort in Paro. So whether you are heading to Bhutan for culture, nature or food, or just some serious peace and quiet, these stays might just be the highlight of your Bhutan trip. So let's dive in now. We planned this trip with Amideva Tours and Trek, but just to clarify, this is not a sponsored video. They handled all our accommodation bookings, local transport and guide arrangements for the tour. So our journey began with an early morning flight from Kolkata to Bagdogra, which took about an hour. From there, our designated cab was waiting for us, and we drove roughly 150 kilometers to reach Phuentsholing, the border town. The drive took around 4 to 5 hours, winding through scenic roads and giving us lovely first taste of the landscapes to come. After a warm welcome from our driver and guide, the same wonderful duo we had on our last trip, we headed to the first stop of our journey, Hotel Lotus Villa in Phuentsholing. Since it was November, the weather in Phuentsholing was pleasantly comfortable, quite a contrast to June when it tends to get warm and humid. So this time we decided to take advantage of the nice weather and explore a few local attractions in Phuentsholing before continuing our journey deeper into Bhutan. If you are looking for a comfortable and well-located stay in Phuentsholing, Hotel Lotus Villa is a solid pick, especially as a starting point for your Bhutan journey. This 3-star property, which opened its doors in 2022, offers clean rooms, warm hospitality, and all the essentials for a short, hassle-free stay. The location is quite convenient with easy access to the immigration office, local eateries, the town bus station, and taxi stand, making it ideal for travelers arriving via the road. However, it is worth noting that the hotel isn't exactly walking distance from the city center, so unless you are someone who enjoys or is accustomed to walking, you might find it more comfortable to have a car, depending on your mobility level and the plans for local exploration. We were put up in the deluxe room, which offered a comfortable and well-maintained space. The rooms are notably large in size, perfect for families that has tasteful modern decor and a layout that feels both functional and inviting after a long travel day. We had chosen the twin bed room, which is usually more comfortable compared to a queen bed, and the beds are large and comfortable for a good night's sleep. There's ample wardrobe space, a work desk, and a flat screen TV. The room also includes AC, Wi-Fi access, and an electric kettle, which is always great for those early morning tea cravings. The bathroom is neat and comes with a walk-in shower, fresh towels, and basic toiletries. Hot water is reliably available, which is definitely a plus, especially during the cooler months like November. Lighting in both the room and the bathroom is warm and adequate, creating a cozy vibe. One thoughtful touch was the large windows, allowing plenty of natural light during the day, though the view itself may vary depending on the room's location. Despite the hotels located right off the main highway, the room remained surprisingly quiet even at night. Overall, the deluxe room strikes a great balance between comfort and practicality. It's not over the top luxurious, but it has everything you need for a relaxed and pleasant stay. One of the standout aspects of our stay at this hotel was the warm and courteous service provided by the staff. From the moment we arrived, we were greeted with genuine smiles and a welcoming attitude that instantly reminded us why we love Bhutan so much. The check-in process was smooth and efficient, and all the staff, whether it was housekeeping, the restaurant team, or the front desk, were quick to respond to our requests, whether it was for extra water bottles, help with our bags, or even a little guidance on the menu. While it's not a luxury property with ultra personalized service, what truly shines here is the authentic Bhutanese warmth and grace. It's the kind of place where you feel well taken care of without any fuss, exactly what you need at the start of a long journey. The in-house restaurant at this hotel offers a simple yet satisfying dining experience, perfect for travelers who want a convenient meal after a long day of traveling. While the menu isn't overtly elaborate, it covers all the essentials with a mix of Indian, Bhutanese, and basic continental options. During our stay, we had the chance to try out both breakfast and dinner here. The breakfast spread was modest but fresh, with a combination of toast, eggs, parathas, tea, and juice. Nothing fancy, yet good. They also had some local selections like kapchi, which is roasted wheat flour and can be had with warm milk. The dinner menu leaned more towards the Indian fare, and the food was freshly prepared, really tasty, and served hot. For dinner, we had rice, dal, chapati, bhindi, rajma, corn curry, fish curry, salad, and sweets. It may not be a place you would seek out for a gourmet experience, but it ticks all the right boxes for a comfortable and reliable in-house dining option. Hotel Lotus Villa offers a well-rounded stay that blends comfort, cleanliness, warm service, and great food, all at a reasonable price. It's not luxurious, but it more than delivers on everything you did want from a reliable mid-range hotel in Phuentsholing. A solid 4.5 stars from me. Our next stop was Thimphu, where we stayed for a night. The drive from Phuentsholing to Thimphu was a beautiful one. Clear, sunny weather and winding mountain roads made it a journey to enjoy. We made a few spontaneous stops along the way, including the peaceful Dharmakaya stupas, and treated ourselves to some delicious local momos. As we climbed higher, the temperature dropped steadily, and by the time we reached Thimphu, there was a crisp chill in the air. This time, instead of staying in a bustling city center, we chose a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts, a perfect spot to unwind, especially since we had no sightseeing planned in the capital. Located in a tranquil corner of the city, a bit tucked away from the usual tourist buzz, Hotel Norpheling offers a no-frill, peaceful stay that's perfect if you are looking to slow down and just breathe in the mountain calm. Let me give you a quick walkthrough of what to expect when you check into Hotel Norpheling. Located in Babesa, about 4 kilometers, which is roughly 10 minutes from Thimphu city center, Hotel Norpheling offers a peaceful escape from the city's bustle. If you have a dedicated vehicle, the distance is no issue, but if you are relying on taxis, expect to pay around 200 Nu for a ride into the town. One of the hotel's key advantage is its proximity to the highway, making it convenient stopover for those heading towards Phunakha, Phobjika, or beyond. The hotel has a charming lobby library with a variety of reading materials that book lovers can borrow during their stay. There's also a small farm and a gazebo in the backyard, offering a cozy space to unwind. Do note, however, that the hotel does not have an elevator, so you'll need to take the stairs to reach your rooms. This could be challenging for elderly guests or those with mobility issues, but the staff is always attentive and happy to assist with the luggage, making your stay as comfortable as possible. The hotel features 14 elegantly designed rooms, offering a mix of classic twin, classic deluxe, and executive suites. We stayed in a deluxe room which was spacious, spotlessly clean, and thoughtfully equipped with modern amenities like an electric kettle, universal adapters, air conditioning, flat screen TV, Wi-Fi, reading lamps, a work desk, and a comfortable sofa. There was also ample wardrobe space along with an electronic safe for valuables. As with our previous stay, we opted for the twin bed configuration, which we find more comfortable. One delightful detail that stood out was the beautiful bed runner crafted from traditional yatra weaving from Bhutan. It added a touch of cultural richness and elegance to the room. The bathroom was equally impressive, modern, spacious, and well equipped, featuring all essentials, including a hairdryer. We had 24/7 access to hot and cold water, a huge plus during the chilly November weather. While the outside air was quite cold, the room remained comfortably warm and well ventilated, making it a cozy haven after a long day. Many rooms offer views of the iconic Buddha Dordinma statue, adding a touch of Bhutanese charm to the stay. The mornings at the hotel are especially serene, and you can sip on a warm cup of tea while listening to the gentle chirping of birds and soaking in the lush green surroundings of the peaceful neighborhood. Service and hospitality is where Hotel Norpheling truly shines. The staff, primarily a group of incredibly hardworking and kind women, were attentive, polite, and always just a call away. From helping out with our luggage to ensuring every little detail was taken care during our dinner, the warmth made a big difference. The dining experience at Hotel Norpheling was truly one of the highlights of our stay. The main dining area is large and spacious, and they also have a beautiful glass enclosed dining space that gives you the feeling of dining outdoors while still being cozy indoors. From the very start, the food impressed us. We were welcomed with a refreshing mint tea made with fresh mint from their own garden. Despite being the only guests that night, the hotel went above and beyond, preparing an elaborate spread that included a mix of Indian and Bhutanese dishes: rice, chapati, beans datshi, dal, egg curry, chicken curry, papad, and sweets. Honestly, it was one of the best Indian meals we have had across both our trips to Bhutan. Wholesome, hearty, and cooked with genuine care. The next morning added another beautiful layer to the experience. Before breakfast, one of the staff members gave us a quick tour of their quaint kitchen garden, where she plucked fresh strawberries and served them to us. Breakfast itself was equally enjoyable: jam, butter toast, mint tea, omelets, cereal with milk, and of course the garden fresh strawberries. The glass enclosed dining space also had a lovely vibe. Soft Bhutanese music playing in the background, with a wall adorned with photos of music legends, including Kishore Kumar, which gave the space a warm, nostalgic charm. All in all, it was one of the best dining experiences we have had in Bhutan, and not just for the food, but for the heart and hospitality behind every little detail. I give Hotel Norpheling 4.6 stars out of 5. Primarily for the exceptional hospitality extended by their female staff, who were incredibly attentive, caring, and genuinely warm throughout our stay. Secondly, the hotel would score high for its spacious and well-maintained rooms and cozy interiors. The location worked perfectly for us as we were looking for a peaceful stay away from the hustle and bustle of the city. However, since it is not exactly within the walking distance of the town center and lacks an elevator, I am taking off a star. Overall, Hotel Norpheling is a peaceful, cozy hotel with standout service that significantly elevates the entire stay experience. Definitely recommended if you are looking for comfort with a personal touch in Thimphu. Our next stop is Phobjika. The journey from Thimphu to Phobjika is about 130 kilometers and usually takes around 4 to 5 hours, depending on how many stops you are going to make. And trust me, we made quite a few. We crossed multiple mountains and rivers, took a break at the scenic Dochula Pass, wandered through a lovely local vegetable market, and even munched on freshly roasted corn by the roadside. One of the highlights of the day was a super fun Bhutanese cooking session at a farmhouse in Phobjika. We even sat cross-legged on the floor to enjoy a traditional community-style meal. It was all truly memorable experience. We also managed to visit the Black-necked Crane Center before heading to our stay for the night. You can catch the full journey in my vlog on the channel. Our original plan was to stay in Trongsa, which would have cut down travel time to Bumthang the next day, but most of the hotels got booked out 7 to 8 months in advance during the season time. So Yue Loki was the only available option we could find. Yue Loki Farm Stay is tucked away in the serene landscape of the Phobjika Valley, offering a truly authentic Bhutanese countryside experience. This family-run guesthouse blends traditional architecture with modern essentials, making it a cozy and comfortable stay surrounded by nature. Set in the scenic Wangdiforang district, this property is surrounded by rolling terraced fields, dense greenery, and sweeping views of the mountains. It's a great base for anyone looking to explore the valley's charm, whether it's through peaceful nature walks, hikes, or birdwatching. Conveniently located just below the well-known Hotel Deva chain, Yue Loki is a more budget-friendly alternative. That said, when we visited during the peak tourist season, the room tariffs were understandably higher than usual. If you, like us, are headed towards Bhutan during the peak tourist season and can't find an accommodation in Trongsa, then Phobjika is a great overnight stop. Not only is it breathtakingly beautiful, but is also around a 5 hours drive to Bhutan, which can be easily managed during the next first half of the day. By the time we arrived at Yue Loki, the sun had dipped behind the mountains and the temperatures had dropped quite a bit. But the moment we stepped into the warmly lit dining room with its crackling wood fire and a steaming cup of garden fresh mint tea in hand, we instantly felt at ease. While planning a trip to Bhutan, it's important to understand the difference between a hotel and a guest house or a farm stay. Hotels usually offer all the standard conveniences like 24/7 front desk support, electric heaters, attached bathrooms, and consistent in-room services. Guest houses and farm stays, on the other hand, are more budget-friendly and offer a more local home-like experience. But the amenities can vary. For example, instead of an electric heater, you might find a traditional bukhari or a wood stove in the room. Hot water might be available only during specific hours, and in some cases you may need to carry your own bags or even self-check-in. Another point to note is that certain farm stays may have shared washrooms, so if that's a deal breaker for you, it's best to confirm the setup with the property in advance. Guest houses definitely charm you with their warmth and rustic authenticity, but going in with the right set of expectation makes the experience all the more enjoyable. This guest house offers a cozy and authentic Bhutanese experience, ideal for travelers looking to immerse themselves in the local way of life. The guest house currently features 9 rooms, each equipped with a traditional heating stove and attached bathrooms. During our stay, we learned that the property is expanding and will soon double its capacity to accommodate more guests. The guest house has 2 floors. We were allocated a room on the ground floor. Do note, however, that there is no elevator, so if your room is on the upper level, you need to climb stairs each time you go in or out. Thankfully, our guide and driver assisted with the check-in. Our room was spacious by guesthouse standards. The bed was generously sized, the mattress was comfortable, and an electric heater had been turned on to warm the space before our arrival. Additionally, there is also a traditional wood stove, which could be used if the temperature dropped further. With proper insulation and thick blankets, we could easily navigate the 4-degree chill of the night. The bathroom was compact and had only basic amenities. We did face a couple of challenges though. Charging points were limited, so if you carry multiple devices, an extension board is highly recommended. Hot water availability was a bit inconsistent at night, though we managed a proper bath the following morning. There's no television in the room, which is understandable for this kind of rural stay, and while Wi-Fi was available, the signal was quite weak. We were given the last room in the block, which meant a bit of a walk to the dining room. This wasn't an issue for us since the path was straight and easy to navigate. One of the highlights of the stay was waking up to a breathtaking view of the valley, lush green fields stretching as far as the eyes could see. When staying at a guest house or a farm stay, it's important to remember that these are usually family-run establishments and may not offer round-the-clock service like hotels do. This guest house is also managed entirely by a dedicated all-female team, and while the staff was limited in number, they were doing their best to assist the guests and manage the seasonal rush. They helped with our luggage and were especially attentive in the dining area, checking in regularly to see if we needed anything. However, there were a few minor inconveniences. For instance, when I asked how to reach out to them in case we needed something from the room, given there is no intercom and the dining room is a bit of a walk, I was told to inform our guide who would then relay the message to them. That didn't feel like a most convenient solution. That said, everything we needed already had been arranged in advance and we didn't face any major service related issues during our stay. I really liked their dining room. It was entirely wood paneled and decorated with traditional Bhutanese elements, creating a warm and rustic ambience. As you travel deeper into Bhutan, it is worth noting that Indian food becomes less common on the menus. At Yue Loki, the buffet mainly features Bhutanese, Chinese, and continental dishes. There weren't any Indian fare during our stay. If you are lucky, you might also get to taste local specialties like puta or buckwheat noodles. Compared to the previous two hotels, the dinner spread here was a bit limited. The buffet included pumpkin soup, rice, vegetable noodles, stir-fried chicken, broccoli, potato fry, puta, and watermelon for desserts. The breakfast was all continental with cereals, milk, toast, tea, and usually something hot like potato fry or an omelette. The potato dish in particular was simple but delicious. Overall, while the food wasn't lavish, they were warm, well cooked, and genuinely satisfying. I'm giving Yue Loki Guesthouse a 3.9 out of 5. The slightly lower rating is mainly due to the limited hot water availability and a fairly basic bathroom setup. A few more charging points in the room and a bit more variety in the buffet would have also enhanced the overall experience. That said, if you are someone who enjoys a no-frill, nature-centric, slow-travel kind of experience, Yue Loki makes for a charming and practical choice in Phobjika. It may not offer luxury, but it has a cozy, authentic vibe that stays with you. Here's a quick recap of the 3 hotels we have reviewed so far. I just realized this video has already stretched to 22 minutes, and I still have so much more to share, especially about our stays in Bhutan, Phobjika, and Paro. So I'll wrap up this part here, covering the 3 hotels that we have discussed so far. In the next episode, I'll dive into the rest, particularly Bhutan, which was a major focus of this trip. We had quite a mixed experience there, and if you are planning to stay in that region, you will definitely want to hear all about it. Until then, don't forget to check out the individual travel episodes on my channel to see how the trip unfolded. And if you have found this video helpful for planning your own journey, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really boosts my morale and motivates me to keep creating more helpful content for you. See you in the next part, and thank you for your time.